Yeah, I thought it was a tough contest against a very good Atletico team. We knew the challenge would be a tough one with them finishing just behind Barcelona and Real Madrid last season, with obviously such extensive Champions League experience. So we knew it was going to be a tough contest. We always want to go toe to toe. We always want to be right at it, and we wanted to win the game. We wanted to lift the Salah Cup again. So we're disappointed in that sense, but we don't enjoy losing. We'll refine and reflect. I thought there was some positives, especially in the second half, as we grew into the game. But I think we've got to remember and have that slight realism of the journey Atletico are on, and they've been at that level and had that amount of experience now for many years. And I think it's our first real go at it at that level, other than the AC Milan and obviously the Bayern game earlier in the pre-season. But yeah, it's game 3 for us in the pre-season as a group, and we just keep building.
It's been some huge change. I mean, it's quite a kind of familiar occurrence for Newcastle. Since the last time we've seen you, there's been a lot of players leave, a lot of players come in, there's been a bit of churn above you as well. Can you just give us your reflections on all of that, please, and where Newcastle stand now?
Yeah, so I think, to be honest, it's the commitment of the club to keep advancing what we're doing as a women's team, which I can't speak more highly of in terms of the commitment and the backing, whether it's new training facilities, whether it's the commitment to play on grass pitches, whether it's the squad improvement, staff improvements. So I think we're in a very good place. The new additions in terms of players, it's an exciting place to be. You'll have seen glimpses of that today, glimpses of the moments of quality from the likes of Jordan, Aoife, Molly today on show. And I think we just, as a team, need to keep working together on the training pitch to make sure that training environment is a really competitive one, so the games actually feel easy on the weekend. But yeah, the players that have left us, of course, it's always a really tough one, because the players that have given everything for the badge, the players who've got that loyalty and commitment to the club, and it's always hard, always tough, but the club's got to keep moving in the right direction, and I fully support that.
Last week for me, it's away. So the start of the season is away still. How ready would you say you are?
Yeah, I think at the start of the season, I think it's 29 days till we actually kick off against Forest at the City Ground. So we've got some time to go. I would say we're probably 50% of the way there in terms of what we can keep improving on and get to that next level. I think we've not seen the best of us yet across the pre-season, but what I will say is the game against Bayern for the first game was a really good starting point to then build on. It was an exciting one. So I think there's levels we can really produce as a group in the next couple of weeks. And then, yeah, the pre-season, there's some good tests at a similar level to us in terms of we've got Forest, we've got Ipswich, we've got a few other behind closed doors friendlies to ensure that we are looking to keep progressing.
Yeah, John.
Hi.
Becky, near the end of pre-season, what do you think you need to do before the season begins in order to get to that level?
Yeah. I think the first thing we need to do is recruit some more players. I think we're still a little light in terms of numbers. We've probably got 4 or 5 still to come in. So I think that will help, drive the sessions further, add more quality to the group. So myself and the recruitment team are working really hard to push on that and try and get players into the club and get them in the sessions and working as early as possible. I think on the pitch, we just need to build that chemistry together in terms of there's moments of in possession where you see the class for where we build and Jordan supports the play so well. And then we build into wide areas, and then we look to come back inside the pitch, and we probably run out of ideas a little bit today. So I think as we progress from our third to the middle third, it's about not rushing that next decision to go into the final third. And yeah, for me, it's those bits where we still need to build in the middle of the park and then look to be more advanced in those areas in the final third. But then when we get into those areas, something we speak to the players a lot about is cross selection, the quality of the ball into the box, the delivery, the timing of the runs in the box, so that we're maximising opportunities when we're getting into those areas. But like those little moments today, and we've got numbers in the box and we just pick that wrong option. So lots to refine, but exciting to work on those things with the players every day and keep striding forward.
And you mentioned transfers.
Yeah.
Names.
Yeah.
But what positions are you looking to strengthen?
To be honest, number of positions I think we want to keep strengthening. We've spoken a lot about we want to make sure the spine of the team is really important. So right through from goalkeepers to midfielders, right through to our number 9. So we're quite ambitious in looking across the market, across all positions, if I'm honest, but we definitely need to keep working to ensure that spine is really strong. Cheers.
Now you've had a year in the second tier, what reflections did you have and what lessons have been learned that you'll take into this season?
Yeah, I think the lessons from last season is that real experience to see games out. I think there was a couple of games last year we were actually had an advantage and were in the lead and we didn't see the game out. The 2 games that spring to mind straight away would have got us into the top 3. So moments like that and the experience from players like Aoife, like Jordan, who've played at that level and have, played a number of WSL games, they have that game management, they have that experience at that level to really help the younger players. But again, it's, we were the top goal scorers joint with London City in the division, so we know how to find the back of the net, we know how to be clinical. But again, it's just ensuring we get more clean sheets, ensuring we're hard to play against, ensuring we're better at defending the set plays and better at attacking set plays. That's something I'm really putting my attention on at the moment. So yeah, we need to be better in those key areas because teams that win the league and teams that finish in the higher positions, they're scoring a third of their goals from attacking set plays, whether it's corners, wide free kicks. So yeah.
You mentioned what you're looking for there. Do you have any internal expectation that you'd like to see?
Yeah, I think we set ourselves targets to go, right, if I was to go how many goals we score from a corner or a free kick compared to how many we concede, that number needs to be a positive. So if that's a negative, we're probably in a position where we're mid-table. So we need to be ensuring that we're looking to score X amount of goals from this and it's a key area we're focusing on with our staffing structure. So with that tactically, we've got to keep being really fluid and looking at how we hurt the opponent in games, understanding what the championship requires and the demands tactically to get us out of the league, and then thinking about how we would look to play a brand of football in the WSL and beyond. But I think there's also the bigger piece of it. It's not just the X's and O's. It's about that Geordie pride. It's about that hard-working mentality. And there was moments where I saw it today. I probably didn't see it across the full 90 minutes, and that's, again, something to reflect on.
Hi Becky, great news about the new training centre. So are you eager to get straight in there? Do you know when it's going to be completed?
Yeah, so the technical advancements and stuff the club's put into the existing facility of where we're moving, we're all kind of on a now nice geography in terms of the men's first team being at Benson, the academy being on their site, and us being 5 minutes away now is really important for us as a club. And yeah, the club's commitment to financially back, 3 grass pitches for the players, a new advanced gym, a space for the girls on and off pitch, I think is fantastic. In terms of what it will do, it'll help us advance what we're doing. When we were playing on 3G on that artificial turf last year, it stops the style of play you want to play because you can't be ball dominant because you can't keep the ball on that type of pitch. There's too many bobbles. It's not smooth enough to play on. So it was a very transitional game we played last season. So I would hope from that training facility we'll be able to work on a lot more things in terms of our ball dominance. But yeah, it's a much better environment for us to work in because it's the sole focus is on us in that environment and not having to kind of work with another team to share gym slots and other things that logistically become a problem. But what I will say, obviously the Falcons, when we worked with the rugby team, they work well with us in terms of that, so they only have my respect for the last couple of years, and we just got to look to keep striving forward, and Gateshead will be a really good opportunity to play our games there as well.
What with the new signings, have they settled in well, or is it still kind of like each other?
Yeah, I think they are settling in well. They're all great girls. Obviously, we've got Gosha, who's arrived from playing in the French league in Dijon, and she's Polish, so it'll take her a little bit longer, I think, to settle in and understand what Newcastle's about and that Geordie culture. But everyone's so warm and friendly here. I think everyone's kind of settled in well, and obviously Jordan is a northern girl, so she kind of gets it in terms of that, and she's best friends with Demi, so it's been easy for her to settle in. And in terms of Aoife, I think our style of play and that hard-working mentality, she'll just settle in so well with that, and she's got a great relationship with me already. So, yeah, I think we're in a good position.
What's your thoughts of the new league structure? Because last season there was only one that was up, but this season you've got 3 possible chances.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts about it?
Yeah, when I initially saw it, I thought it's an interesting one because my only aim was to be I want to win this league and want to kick on. But at the same time, it gives you that one. And actually spoke to Rachel Furness about this, and she said it's a good one for players. So she's coming into our coaching setup now, which is really valuable in terms of her experience. So for players, it's a good one because you know if you slip up at all, if there's only one up, that's you done. Whereas it gives you a little bit more freedom in terms of how you look to play and that confidence. So yeah, I thought that was valuable advice. And yeah.
Final question for me. The first game of the season, are you looking forward to going back down to your former club, especially the City Ground?
Yeah, definitely. I've got a soft spot for Forest as a club because I worked with them for a few years, and we had some great memories there. Obviously, when we played there in Tier 3 and we won 1-0, and it was an amazing afternoon at the City Ground that day. So it's a special place I like going to, and yeah, really looking forward to a good contest. I think they'll probably be in a similar position to what we were last year. New team coming up, very ambitious. Got lots of club backing, but yeah, again, it'll be a really good opportunity to set the tone for the season.
Right, thank you.
Cheers.
All good? Yep.
Maybe you played a couple of different systems today, two up front's been one of them.
Yeah.
Is that something you'd be looking to use next season? Was today just a chance to try different things out?
Yeah, I think across the pre-season we want to try a variety of things. I felt like it was effective having two strikers, but I think it left us a little short in other areas. But having that double threat is of course a more expansive and more aggressive way to play, which is important against teams in our league, I think. And I like the fact we've got that build with the back three and two advanced wing backs. But again, we'll look across and play in a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 throughout the pre-season, like we did a lot last season. In Tier 3, if you remember, we played a box in midfield. So we like to be tactically fluid in terms of how we want to play. But I think it's probably exploring what fits the players we've recruited and the current players and how that works well together.
And just finally for me, safe to say we're not coming against as many strong teams as Atletico today.
Yeah.
They had a lot of possession, which meant we didn't have the ball for the last amount of time in that game. What did you learn from that today? Because I'm guessing that's not going to be the sort of teams we'll be facing this season.
Yeah, there's a lot of class from the Atletico team, and I think when we spent a lot of time without the ball, we had to be really positionally disciplined in our roles, and I thought the understanding for players was good with that. What's hard is they've got that extra sharpness in everything they do, so we were kind of half a yard off, I thought, for big spells of the game. We weren't able to be as aggressive in terms of normally you see us with that high press and that high energy. We couldn't get out as much, so I felt like midfield were collapsing onto the back three a little bit too much in the first half in particular. But I think when we're playing teams at our level, we'll be more front foot, we'll be more aggressive, we'll be able to get the back line up a lot higher. But at the same time, it's a good learning curve. And like I say, like, do we want to be playing Tier 3, Tier 4 teams in a pre-season and smashing them 4-0? Probably not. I think that test is a good challenge, and we'll probably learn more from this game than any other, I would imagine.